welcome everybody to Jukebox Jax. This is a very, very special episode. We're on to episode 10, but as you've seen with social media posts, we've got something very important coming up in our own friend circle. It's that time of year when it's the SlamDunk Festival, and more importantly, it's the, contrary to what I keep saying, it's the first one for 2 years. I seem to think in my head it's 1 year because I just ignore the COVID situation. Everybody corrects me about it. So yeah, what we're planning on doing today is we're kind of going to break down what our plans are from the morning all the way through to get into the festival, and then we're figuring out which bands that we're kind of aiming to see, because as we all know, once we have some, as Dean's smiling there, he knows what I mean. Things go out the window once you get to the festival. You plan and it just don't go to plan. Like sometimes you get proper hunger cravings and you decide to sack off a couple of bands and you just want to have a feast. Everything changes, aren't they? So
shots.
because to be fair as well, that's obviously the second part. It's going to be another episode that we'll be doing probably a good week after Slam Dunks. It's going to take us a while to recover. But we're going to see if his plan actually went to fruition with it. So this is going to be a good episode for anybody that's unfortunately never been to a festival. We're going to give you the kind of breakdown of what it's like. You're going to see lots of graphics coming up throughout. You're going to see the social media handles for each one of the guests, for those people that's watching the podcast. Those people that's listening, everything's going to be tagged in the description on Spotify. But if you do get a chance and you get, you know what I mean, an hour at home on a night or whatever, just get it on your phone or get it on your TV, because it's far different seeing the podcast and seeing the guests and the interaction they have with each other. Yeah, it's all brilliant that way. But check it out either way you can. If one person ends up going to a festival after this, especially Slam Dunk, and we end up bumping into them a long way, then that's all well and good.
Shots on him.
You ain't got no money.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
let's we're gonna, as we discussed before we started recording, we're gonna break this down ourselves into two parts, just solely for Zoom recording purposes. But in this first part, it's just going to be an introduction into everybody for those people that obviously didn't catch last episode with Ian. And then obviously we've got Bean join as well. They've both got unique social media accounts that we're going to talk about. But since this episode's come out, it's the first episode since our store opened, Smeg.
Yes, it is.
My word, we've been doing some graft behind the scenes. Yeah, we've put a fair few posts up recently about it. We're all getting a fair few messages from people saying, you know, is everything all right? Things have gone a little bit quiet and stuff. And it's like, no, we're just working on things behind the scene. Will it all now make sense what we were doing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. But do you know what? It's all been worth it, though, hasn't it? It's all been.
Oh yeah, totally. Especially when we got that one from Australia.
Yeah, that I'm going to say that.
Yeah, that as well.
No, mind blowing. To be fair, I didn't. It just like everything when this originally started out, it was just a thought that I had in my head. I think in probably the second day of the first lockdown, and then I had a conversation with Smeg. To be fair, I had conversations with all four of you about it at different points, and then it just kind of built up, and then we'll kind of like, well, do you know what? I want to actively still help people, even though I'm not registered at the minute. How can I do that? So it was like, well, let's just merge everything together that I enjoy and that a lot of our friend circle enjoy, and that speaks volumes for everybody else. And then let's launch a store, and all proceeds pretty much go to mental health charities. That's our way of helping a long way. So yeah, the My Shopify store is now open. The graphics will be coming up throughout episode. Those people listening, it's jukeboxjax.myshopify.com. But if you head over to any of our social medias, the links are in the bio. Make it nice and easy for you. Yeah, there's some really, really cool, colourful designs that we've got, and we've literally, Smeg's smiling. He knows how many other designs we've got coming up.
Oh yeah,
so many. And like always, if you've got any ideas or certain things that you want to see in terms of merchandise, nothing's off limits. Obviously, we're taking recommendations already. People, you know, whether it's pin badges, vinyl, stickers, things like that. whatever sort of like collectively people want to buy, it makes sense for that money to go to mental health charities a long way. So we'll kind of provide that as well.
All right.
But the housekeeping is out of the way.
Back to it.
Yeah, let's get back to it. So we'll jump to Bean, if that's all right. If you just want to explain a bit about yourself, obviously the Crafty Lad Instagram account that you've got as well, so that we can check you out on.
Yeah, basically it came about just because lockdown obviously stopped last year, and just what else is there to do but drink? I just posted sort of random rubbish on my page, and then I just thought, well, why not make it into more of a proper beer page? So I just drink and put reviews on there, basically, and that's it, really. To begin with, it was just sort of random comments, but then now I try and do a bit more spiel, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just like to seem like I do.
No, I mean, I don't know about obviously Gian and Smeg, but for me, like, I've never been a massive drinker, and that's more to do with, as I've spoken over episodes, with like my family upbringing, dad alcoholic and stuff like that. But so I learn a lot of things from your social media posts in terms of IPAs and things like that. Like, I didn't know it. I just always used to look at the volume thing on the can and stuff like that, and just kind of
that's the thing. Like, because like I say, I'm still no expert, but I've sort of learned about different hops and stuff, and you find out which ones you like, and this, that, and other. So I'll concentrate more on this. Like, this one I'm drinking's got Simcoe in it, which is like one of my faves. It's just all to give different flavors and stuff, but I still don't know what I'm talking about, really. I just like to put pretty pictures on, and that's about it.
But, nah, he's being too modest there, isn't he, Gian?
There's not wrong with a good IPA there.
That's the thing. IPAs and, well, what's this? This is a pale, but coming up that I'm going to have in a little while. That's a strong. Tipper it's called, and it's about 10%. So it's going to fit towards the back end of this.
So like a normal slam dunk then.
Yes, exactly that. We'll have to find Jack at about 5:30.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not drunk, he's just disappeared.
Sounds like all my mates that go as well.
Oh dear.
I just took a glance at myself. I think Gian knows. I don't know. Obviously, I can't remember if I mentioned Bean, but it's his first episode since the dreads are in.
I know, lovely. Lovely. Honestly, we're gonna like village people.
Yeah. Obviously, those people, we always talk like people have full access to our WhatsApp. I mean, it'd be very scary if they did.
Yeah.
But there was something that Bean said last night where it was sort of like, obviously, Gian's got his mullet, and he's obviously his mustache as well, as people know. Obviously, I've now got my dreads. But up until a couple of days ago, am I right in thinking you had a Ned Flanders tash, Bean?
Flanders.
Before I should have kept it.
Yeah, man.
It would have been a beauty. In hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, but never mind.
Oh well. There's always next time.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I mean, I'm not the best one for growing. This is what I work with. That's all I can kind of do. So I might even take a marker if we get that drunk later on. We'll just marker each other's faces.
Next Saturday, but I might struggle.
Gian, man, everybody's had an introduction to you. We've had a lot of outpouring of comments and DMs and such about the episode. They thought it were brilliant, some of the stuff, insight that you had into pilot, and there were non-stop comments, obviously, about the glorious mustache and the mullet, and a lot of the a lot of the background stuff as well. Obviously, in the room, you're a bit of a collector and such. So, but yeah, I know I thanked you on day, man, but it were brilliant to have you on that episode. And
well, fun. Really good, mate. Thanks for inviting me, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, it was good, man. We kind of touched on it last time, didn't we? To be fair, your socials, but for those people that didn't catch that episode, go back and have a look at it. But in the meantime, G's just gonna kind of run down the same thing as what Bean did.
Yeah, pretty much. I just sat in the house all the time. Couldn't go anywhere, so I started buying lots and lots of vinyls, and I got carried away. Like Postman starts questioning stuff, and he's like, "Why am I bringing so many to you?" I'm like, "I'm paying for them. It's your job." You know what I mean? But yeah, I started collecting them, and I never went for a black vinyl. I know people like black vinyls, but I'm all about colour, spatter, translucents, picture discs, and beating Smeg at them. We've had this conversation because he's got that Offspring one. I'm not happy.
I'm still waiting for that beating.
Straight to a slam dunk. No, I'm kidding.
I'll hide. You won't be able to find it.
It'll end up in Guinness and man hugs with them too.
I'll take the hat off. You won't recognise me.
Oh, who's that? He's back. But yeah, just collecting them and started posting them on social just because I just thought, they look amazing and I've paid for them. Why not show them off, kind of thing? And then I started doing that, and then I got a bit obsessed with spending my money, and I started buying too many clothes again. I got rid of loads and bought so many more, and just started my own little catalog shoot on Instagram. just quoting films because they have to be from like a film or a band or something daft like that. Long sleeves. Great weather for long sleeves at minute.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the things that I missed, obviously, when we went into lockdown. Such obviously there were no pub access, and because, like you say, you always taking your selfies at home and stuff as your different clothes, but it was always the obligatory shot in the pub toilet with 1 foot up on sink.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think I made that up. I think it was my friend, Callum, I went to Canada with.
Yep.
He made that up, and then me and Turpin started copying him, and that's where it came from. Yeah, so I can't take all credit for that. Just some.
In fact, yeah, just give him a shout out his socials. I believe it's Shire Productions.
Shire Productions, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of crafting stuff. He makes he makes so many things out of just nothing. But he's got his own.
He's into with like all this like Viking heritage and all fighting, that kind of.
Yeah, reenactment and such. Yeah, makes engraved daggers and things like that. So I think he's got an Etsy shop. But if you check out, if you even contact any of us, we'll be able to follow
his bio on his Instagram.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's the one that came up with it, man, it's either way, it's awesome. But you're carrying it quite well.
And that's what
it didn't go out a lot. It didn't go out a lot, so I have to carry the torch. I don't. That makes me sound like I go out a lot. It's not true.
Oh, last time I saw you out, you were in pub.
There you go.
All right.
See?
All right. I'll let you stick with.
And it was very much appreciated.
I remember that night.
That's a rarity.
No, well, you know which night I'm on about.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Smeg. Yeah, people haven't seen you since episode 1.
I know. Hello.
There's been some changes as well. You've managed to, bit by bit, obviously you're moving into the profession that you trained at degree level to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, quite recently you secured a job that's leading you into that. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I got a graphic technician job. I mean, it's more the technical side of stuff, like getting stuff ready for like routers and laser work. But the graphic technician, the whole technical side, will help further on down the line, be it for stuff like the shop. Yeah. Or in an actual graphic role.
Yeah.
Going fantastically.
Yeah, because like you say, obviously it's as we were discussing like off air before, it's not the exact role that you ultimately want, but it's it's just like any other job, isn't it? You're gaining some experience, popping it on CV, and it's going to allow you to open up further things. But yeah, when you got in touch and let me know, man, I was super proud. There's a lot of people, as well as I do, same as obviously guys below. Like, if someone does something at degree level, there's a bit of a stigma attached to it that you've got a degree, but you're not actually using it. Like you don't work in that job.
Yeah, degree. I just thought, well,
No, it's going well. Well, I went to my old place to drop off my uniform today. Right, I took my son up. They actually asked me if I could book some time off to help them as well. Book a week off to help them.
For old time's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, these yeah, we've spoke about it, that obviously get past Christmas period, let me settle into my degree and my placements that I've got coming up and stuff, but aiming for when like the nice weather hits next year and stuff, things will be in a better position for me. So gonna have like a barbecue around here, but Smeg's gonna be prepping all food. Obviously he's a cook, so yeah, we're gonna have a massive feast, and then we'll probably end up having the we'll end up having the random conversations once we've had a few. Well, if it's me and Bean like last time, a few glasses of wine in garden that ended up silly.
With your shed.
Well, but
yeah, that's it. When so funny story of that. Obviously these guys know, but yeah, Bean went over and he was just inspecting the shed, and he put his hand, and it was genuinely so light. He literally put his fingers. It weren't much, but it was the shock and horror on his face. Like it was sort of like, oh, I'm so sorry, mate. Like, because the plexi went through. And for me, to be me, I didn't want him feeling that way. I'm like, honestly, mate, it's fine. But I could see he was gutted in his face. He was upset with himself. So I just literally head-butted the other two panels through just to make him feel a bit better.
Funny that.
Did it work?
It's like a bit of a catch-up because we're allowed to see each other in garden.
Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, you're right. It was the first time I'd seen you from any of the lockdowns. But yeah, once we kind of got to a situation where people were allowed to visit each other in each other's gardens, yeah, you were just kind of like, oh, should we do something? And it was like, Gian were busy, Smeg were busy. Obviously, he was still working in his other role at that point, and we started early on. And yeah, he came down, and it wasn't supposed to be a few cans just to catch up and stuff. And me being me, we were getting towards ends of his cans, and then I was thinking, oh, do you like wine? I've got wine that I got given from old jobs. I'm not very keen on wine, but let's just drink it. And it just got silly. It just got silly.
Ooh, disco.
That were different, Gian.
I was just about to say, if Smeg wants to be in charge of the food, I'll be in charge of the lighting.
Oh,
I'm down with that.
Yeah, let's do it. And and then obviously, Bean can be in charge at tunes. So yeah, that's we'll get that done in New Year and have a good old barbecue feast, and then probably end up on train to Leeds before we know it. Let's be honest.
Please.
Yes.
Said it. I said it.
He's called it. So I want to, before we end up obviously going into the part two, I want to touch on what we recollect from the first one that we went to at Temple Newsam in terms of issues. The one that jumps out to me straight away were phone signals.
Yes, that's why we lost my mate. We lost him about halfway through Less Than Jake, and we didn't see him until we were about to leave because we couldn't get in touch with him.
Yeah.
That's it. It wasn't even like the Wi-Fi suggestion, because like people say, you don't need to have your phone to have a good time. This is coming from me, the worst person to say this out of anybody. But it's just the fact that you couldn't physically contact them, like you said. You taking pictures and stuff's completely different, but trying to find someone when you can't. Nothing. It was just grass.
Yes,
there was just nothing. So like, if you went to Lou and someone saw someone and went sort something out, right? Oh, they've gone. On
the flip side, it was also nice not having the signal.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get. Yeah.
I'm going to say, for people like yourself, Smeg, and even Gene Stat Avenue, it was like, but for me, and it was solely because obviously as our plans went with bands, there were certain bands that I were heading off to see that I wanted to see for the first time, and obviously Smeg and Gian had already seen them before, so they went to another one. The problem was then, I'd done it a couple of times. I could have just walked up to the stage where you guys were, and I did, but there's hundreds of people there. Like, I'm trying to look at everybody and see if I can see you, and then after 10 minutes of looking, I can't find you. Then the normal process would have been, oh, I'll message you. But then I'm looking at my phone and all I'm seeing is no service. And it's like, oh, shit.
I mean, on the flip side of what you just said, it's definitely hard to find people, but it was particularly easy to find me.
It's you.
Love
We can't
that.
miss you.
Yeah, Gian's outfit that day, man. So many. I was looking at the video on my phone, and it was the video where there were Bean, Gian, me, and we were walking to the festival up a footpath.
Oh, by that little thing.
Yeah, by the lake. Yeah. And,
Was that a cat? Girl disappeared, never to be seen again. She got eaten by
yeah, and then we literally ended up walking through a farmer's field, and I think there were two Polish lads that kind of sort of like, they were like, "Do you know where you're going?" Like, because we're following you, and it's like, "No, we've no idea, mate. We think we'll go over here. I have no idea." It turned out we were going wrong way. To be fair,
I just ended up getting a taxi up from Leeds.
True. So that again, Smeg.
I just ended up getting a taxi up from Leeds.
Yeah. So, Bean's missus obviously kindly dropped us off that morning, and it was, I mean, I'm not good with local area, but it were kind of like a little bit of an industrial area where we got dropped off, and they were like, you know, you Harvester pubs, you McDonald's, stuff like that. So we had breakfast at Harvester. It was quite interesting that, because you'd still got your random people that were kind of like just randomly having the breakfast because they'd been staying over. But you did see a fair few people. Like, we were sat there at table and we were doing the quick look around. Can we see? Do they look like they're going to SlamDunk? Do they look like they're going to SlamDunk? And there were a few people there, to be fair.
It were basically, have they got a pint? Because if they did, chances are they were going to SlamDunk. I mean, if you went to our locals, you don't know where they're going.
Yeah,
our approach was look for people in Hawaiian shirts.
Absolutely.
I think we scored about 50 by end at night.
Well, Gian weren't far off, to be fair, with his kimono that he had on.
Sparkle tassel kimono. It's coming again this year.
Not often I'm jealous, but that day I was very upset. Too many comments to you with either your tash or your jacket.
Now I've got a third. Just terrible trio here.
Yeah, me with my normal look just done that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I remember like being stood there, and you were perfectly fine with it. I mean, you were sort of like, you'd just kind of like nudge me, or like you'd smirk, roll your eyes. Well, oh, bloody hell, they're off again. But then once beers went, and it genuinely must have been the 100th person at least that had stopped. And it were I think you were mid-conversation with Jane about something, and they didn't even have any regard to it. They just came straight over, and they're like, "Oh," and you were just like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I've had enough of this."
It turned into Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
I got that.
Oh, but yeah, it was funny. But yeah, phone signal were a big one. But obviously, they have put something up that I saw about. They've spoken, which, to be fair, I'm obviously, as I'm doing these overlays through editing of this episode, I'll be putting up the site map so people have got an idea of what we're going to be walking into that day, kind of thing. And we've all seen site map, and
yeah,
it looks.
I like the design.
It looks a lot more open than the last one that I remember.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it says there's Wi-Fi points and things, but on the map I can't see any.
No, yeah, I saw that.
I had a proper look, but yeah, it's I hadn't noticed them on the thing.
Yeah,
it just covers the entire field.
Well, yeah. maybe, because I think the whole reason, even though
to its stages probably.
Yeah, because I think originally the phone signal would have been the main premise to get Wi-Fi in, because of obviously people's social media, but it was more for the card machines, because they were needing connection. So a lot of, and I've seen a lot of, obviously, on the groups that we're part of and stuff like that, the social media groups, Facebook and stuff like that of SlamDunk. There's a lot of people that still complain about that to this day, but it weren't that, as I recollect, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, they'd try and pay for by card, and it'd go through in end, but it's just...
It wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah.
I never had troubles, to be fair. And I were at that... I were down at that stage where Pumpkin Drug Flick were, so I was paying at that bar, and never had trouble at all day.
See the download pilot one were very similar. They used all the Wi-Fi to power up all, obviously like the sound machines and the card machines and everything there. So when you went to put your Wi-Fi on, it said you had it, but you didn't. But then from like three in morning till 6 in morning, everything just pinged through. So if you've been like sending videos in day, you know, to your Facebook or your Instagram or Snapchat, they'll just come in random orders. Like my mates were like, "Why did you go see Creeper and then bullet for my Valentine and then go back to Creeper?" Like they were on separate days. but it's just how they all came through, and it's obviously because the Wi-Fi pinged that say, if once they shut everything down, it all just kind of got released. If that makes sense, and yeah. So on the morning, I'd wake up, I'd be like, "Wow."
This is part of the reason why whenever I do go to any gigs or festivals, I'll post everything the day after.
Yeah. I get it.
Then I can control it.
Yeah, I clearly didn't think because you could take your drinks in with you. It was a very different story in there.
Bless you.
It was very good.
The other thing that I know, especially some of my mates who complained about last time, was a lot of the spirits ran out. Like really early on. We're talking like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They ran out.
Really?
They couldn't get any more run.
Maybe people were just buying them because they thought it's a similar price to a pint, which it is, and you're not getting more for your money because you're not getting a pint. But pints bloat you, don't they? And you don't want to like 10 pints and go watch a gig because you're just running into loo. Spirits will see through. I don't know. That's a suggestion. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, to be fair, I think I had rum once, and it might have been around the same time. So who knows? I might have had last rum. Who knows? It won't be a first.
You had last rum time before in that bloody Witherspoon's near First Direct. What first and last you had, mate?
Yeah.
It got to 3 o'clock, right? Once it gets to 3 o'clock, we're doing shots, guys. And I'm thinking, Sambuca, no, get a rum each.
I said, I'm not having any till 4 o'clock, and you two started that early, and I'm like, nah, I'm not having that. 4 o'clock, it was 4 o'clock, that was it, then started. But
we did it before then, yeah.
Spewing up down the street.
We found that secret spoons, didn't we? And we were like, it's dead in here. So we just used to keep going in there, having 1 or 2, then going back out, but sensibly. But then,
because that year, obviously, if these people that are listening do obviously go to SlamDunks, they know the one we're talking about was in Leeds City Centre. So things were a lot different. Obviously, it were open air and such, and obviously you did have your arenas, more for your headline acts than out. But yeah, you were kind of outside, just at actual outdoor stands, and then there might be a pub, just a few. But then it were getting into the pub as well.
Yeah, because that had its negatives, didn't it? But it was just. There were too many negatives, so I can see why they moved it.
Yeah, that's you to get back in.
And as we knew with the 2 year ago, the first one at Temple Newsam, there were going to be teething problems.
Totally.
The first time.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, and that's obviously what they've kind of said now coming out of it into this one, that they've taken on board what, because we all had a feedback thing that got sent to us, didn't we, about what we felt the day when, how it could have been improved, what his main concerns were. And I think everybody was sort of saying, phone signals and closely followed by card transactions. Because I'm not one of them people personally that likes carrying money at a festival. Because if I lose it, money's gone for the day.
Yeah.
Adding bank machines out there as well, I think, this time, which I don't think that's so.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's the transaction fee attached to them.
Yeah.
Killer. Yeah, we'll see how we get on with it. It sounds promising for what they've put in place, and like people have seen who's watching this episode, the graphic that'll have popped up already at this point, the map, it's very open. If I can manage to find one from the previous year, I'll try and put it up as a comparison. But yeah, it's very spacious. It looks pretty much just like the staging is all on the outer parts, whereas the last one we went to, they were scattered here, there, and everywhere. So sometimes you had about 6 food carts at the back of your stage where you are.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Well, the sort of setup were perfect last time. It was just ideal because there were a right big empty space in the middle for you to catch up with your mates, or you used to see people who you knew and stuff like that.
Ideal. That little hill.
Yeah.
About on that.
Yeah, and then obviously from when the festival finished, obviously we then got a shuttle bus through to Leeds. This time round, it's a little bit different. Obviously, Smeg did it different last time, but yeah,
I got robbed and paid 40 quid for a taxi back to Leeds.
We paid £8 and got the big green coach. That's what we got this time.
Back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, because when I purchased my ticket, I mean, you guys got yours before. We'll just say you guys paid for yours before.
Yeah,
but,
we got tickets.
Yeah, but with mine, I got the shuttle bus return option. I haven't got my ticket yet, but I'd imagine it'll be in the next few days.
I've got shuttle bus return this year.
Yeah.
Same with Alice. Me and Alice, I've got
that.
Well, two others, who's going with us, Turpin and Caitlin. I sent them a link and she did tell me that it were booked up, but I said it in because I've just checked and I tried it myself. And I just sent her the link again and told her what to do. She's booked it now, so she's getting big green coach with us.
Welcome back, everyone. We just had a quick break before we jumped into the crucial set times and things like that. But just before we do, Gian is just going to stand up and show us the full Spice Girls top that he's got on.
Spice t-shirt.
Look at that.
Who are your favourite Spice Girl?
Emma.
Jerry.
Baby.
Jerry.
I'm a Sparty.
Really?
So, LC, yeah. This
more about you, Jane, than it does about us.
I couldn't fit into jeans, so I had to wear tracky bottoms, so she had to be my favourite. I'm a big lad.
Oh shit. Yeah, and just for clarity as well, Bean has now he's opened his 10%er. Is it going down well?
It's better than I thought it would be, to be fair.
Can't even have can.
It's nice, actually. It doesn't taste like 10%, which is normally quite bad. Down really quick and I'll die.
and Gian, you're on 8.5, is it?
No, I'm on Hula Gooch at the minute.
Oh.
The Key Club special.
Yeah. Ouch.
It's a double gin and hula hooch. Oh, it's a good time.
Oh, we had to there. Nice.
So yeah, what we discussed just before we came back on air, we're gonna the easiest way to do this is just gonna be we're gonna reel off a stage name and then we're gonna talk about who we're planning on seeing from each. There's been a few messages on WhatsApp and such last few days. So I've got an inkling into what Gian and Bean are doing. I don't think I know Smegs at all, and I haven't said fully who I'm going to see yet, just because I wanted to leave it for reactions on episode and stuff like that. So let's start. Yeah, you always do, Smeg.
It sounds like the Royal Rumble.
Let's start with the Amazon stage, or the rock scene as it's now being referred to. I think we're all collectively, unless Smeg's not. No, is it not? Like where? So I think Bean, Gian, you're going to be checking out Bottom Line because at first.
Yeah, I didn't have them on my list, but I didn't put any bands before 1 o'clock, so I'm happy to go see anybody. But Bottom Line sounds good. Maybe we could queue up in that 45-minute queue for a warm beer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the sound of a warm beer, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, me and Smeg had been discussing. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, so what we're planning on obviously doing that morning, for those people that don't know, we're gonna literally meet at one of the local pubs, Glassblower in Castleford. We're gonna have breakfast, and then from there we're gonna jump on train to Leeds to catch up with the shuttle bus runs, which obviously take us straight through to the festival. Smeg's obviously joining us with his missus, Gian and Bean, and there's going to be, I believe there is some other people meeting us.
I know I'm meeting my mate as well. Oh.
No, you're right, sorry.
I know my mate's coming because when they moved it to May originally, it fell on his birthday, so he got him sent a ticket. So we're meeting him in Leeds as well. I still need to sort that out. That's future Smeg's problem.
We'll do that next week. It's fine.
Yeah, with us, we've got Turpin and Caitlin are coming on shuttle now. Carthorne, I'm unsure about. I think who else is coming? Oh, Brogan, Brian, if Chelsea's coming through, but I think they're getting a lift through that day. But it's just going to be just like a massive, just gang.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, solid.
So that's our plan. And obviously we were aiming to get to the festival pretty much for, and there's no, as we found out, there's no wristbands this year.
Well, I'm bizarre. I'm quite upset because,
Yeah, we like saving as wristbands and stuff, don't we? Exactly.
I got my download pilot. Those guys.
So yeah, I don't quite know how that's going to work, and it's a shame, but I suppose it is what it is. We're going to be there. It don't kind of matter, but we're going to use the opportunity anyway. Obviously tying into where we were saying about going and seeing Bottom Line, and Smeg's not right sort of fussed about sort of seeing them. We're going to use that opportunity to get a fair few photos for the channel and stuff, because I'm going to take the action camera with me through day, catch some like raw footage at day while we were there and stuff, and then stick it on to obviously social media, Jukebox Jax. Because we can sit and say how his day went and how brilliant it was and stuff, but pictures, they say everything, don't they? So yeah, we're going to grab some stuff. So I'll probably use that window, Smeg. Obviously Bottom Line, if obviously you catch up with us, and we'll grab pictures and such and stuff like that, and then, because as we all know, we're going to end up branching off once the timetable hits. There'll be certain people, because Bottom Line, obviously that's one that obviously 3 out of the 4 we're going to go and see. But who out of the Amazon rock scene stage is everybody else getting to see?
Probably today.
Say that again, me.
Probably most of the day, really. There's quite a few on there that I'll probably see. I would have thought. Depends how drunk I get, really, because if I get drunk, I'll just stay at one stage all day and I'll just be chilled. But if I'm sort of all right, I'll flit about and go to other places.
I do like how the premise is if he gets drunk. If.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? It's been a long time. So. Drunk.
Yeah, so for rock scene, the ones that I've got down is has now decided, obviously, Bottom Line, As It Is, and Mayday Parade.
Oh really? I'm the ones I've written down. I'm assuming they're all on the rock stage. I've got Hello Goodbye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As It Is. Creeper.
Yeah.
We Are the In Crowd. Mayday Parade. I'm just reading off my phone. Sorry. Mayday Parade. Estate Champs.
Yeah.
And then I've gone a different stage and Broco for End. But is that pretty much? I'm going to be at that stage all day.
That's a lot of time at that stage. I mean,
the only time I'm moving is to go see Trio, where I've got to. I've told my friend Sarah. I told her I'm going to say her name on here. Give her a shout out and all that rubbish. I'm going to go find her at Trio. It's going to be hard to find her. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I want to catch Trio again, even though I love them as a band, but I've been disappointed every time I've seen them. But I still love them, so I want to see them again.
Yeah, I've seen them 4 times.
I love them that much that I'll just happily just see them again, even though if I'm bored.
I think at a festival they'll play all the things people know. You know what I mean? Because I went once, took my brother, and they just played a load of B-sides and ended on radio. That were it. Acoustic.
Emma, you can do your performance of Emma, Jane. We started.
Oh yeah. I'll do that.
Love Jane's list.
Yeah, because that's
Jane Adriana.
that's the thing with the whole, obviously, these festivals, like then bands that you said there, Jim, for your selections, like I'd have loved to have seen them, but it clashes with other times for different people I want to see. So it's just meant that I've not been able to see certain ones. Smeg, what about you for Amazon rock stage?
Amazon, nothing.
Nothing.
Literally not a single band I want to see on there.
No, that's fine. Bean, what have you got for that one?
I'm just looking at the list.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
No, there's a few that I'm sort of half and half really, but I want to see As It Is again because, like I said, music were a bit dodgy. Microphones were shocking last time. And my plan is to see as it is, then see the first bit of Creeper, I think, then go see Frank Turner, then come back for We Are the In Crowd. I think that's my plan anyway, but we'll see what happens. But
if worst comes to worst and you don't come back, hopefully there'll be a signal so I can phone you. But if not, I'll just make some new friends, as in like just there until you come back.
So we're on at the same time. Whoever it was that was the same as We Are the In Crowd, it might be Zebrahead or someone.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, see them, but I hadn't seen We Are the In Crowd before, and I had a quick listen. And I quite liked them, so I thought, oh well, I'll come and see them then instead.
See, that's good that you said that, being that was going to be my next question with it for obviously people listening and stuff. For all of us, out of obviously the Amazon Rock stage, is it like a band you've seen before that you go to see, or is it a new band? So obviously,
it's been the last few slam dunks we've been to. They've played over with the In Crowd, or they've pulled out one or two, and they were one of the bands I was really looking forward to. The fact that they're still going, I kind of want to make sure I get to see them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that story. That about them pulling out.
Yeah, I don't even know where that came from. I think I saw it on one of Facebook groups. I think somebody put it, and then they got somebody else piped up back to them saying, "Oh, they're just clickbaiting us all," because I keep looking at it and it's saying that there's no announcement that they have dropped out. Like I think this person is just doing it to be a wind up, but it caught some traction. I saw a lot of people with sad faces and already kicking off, and then without even looking to see if it was case.
But Bean's got to come see We Are the In Crowd with him, because I don't want to be oldest there.
I can't swear because kids are outside at the minute.
We're older than band.
You know my thoughts. But no, to be fair, like around that time, it were like, because like Creeper, I wouldn't mind to see, but I love Frank Turner, and I just love him.
I get it, yeah.
Times, but I just love seeing him, and I just think he's just awesome live. So, but then again, if I don't see him, I won't be gutted, because I've seen him, God, 6, 7, 8 times. I've seen him loads of times.
But it is. In fact, I think you said it. It was either you, Bean, or it was Smeg. It was one or two said it to me the other day. That it's difficult. This year's festival's difficult for times for getting that balance of catching bands you potentially haven't seen before. But because we've come out of a pandemic, even if we have seen, like me, I think 3 times now I've seen Mayday Parade, but I missed them through lockdown. So I want to go. I feel like it's kind of the first time I'm seeing them, kind of thing again.
Like, big thing for me, it's like the bands I really want to see were Sum 41 and me first and Gimme Gimmes, and they pulled out. Real Big Fish, like, it was fun, but I've seen them 25 times. So it's stupid. Two bands that I'm like desperate to see, because I've not seen them before and I absolutely love them. But then all the bands that's on now, they're all bands that I don't mind. So I'm sort of like quite happy to just sort of flip round and just see whatever. And that best good day.
Like really. With Creeper, by December, I'll have seen him 5 times this year.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's just, I think I've already got like 7 t-shirts or something, I don't know. But they're like a band that I remember like listening to them when they first came out and stuff, thought they were amazing. And then they disbanded, but then got back together. I think it was just like, I don't know what happened, but I really like them. So, like you say, even though they're on the same time as someone you might not want to see, you've always got a favourite, haven't you? That's
it's difficult really, because like pretty much every band that's on, apart from probably Alkaline Trio and maybe Frank, they're all just like okay bands to me. Just because I'm not as
I get it.
I just I don't any of the music anymore now. I just think it's all right, but I enjoy it when I'm there and drunk and dancing about and whatever.
I like how you said that, because this is recorded and I can play this back forever.
I'll never say it again, I promise.
You don't need to, it's fine.
It just reminded me of Thingy who appears in Red Hot Chili Peppers videos. You know, the technically the unofficial mascot. Yeah, that's kind of you with Creeper then, with sounds of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're literally there.
Not as bad as him though. I don't want to give myself a bad reputation.
Yeah, it's obviously anybody who likes chilies and knows what I'm talking about, especially when you talk about festivals, like it's the universally speaking music video of this guy trying his best.
It's that pest in shorts and vest. It sounds like me already.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like, yeah.
Shorts.
Yeah, and he basically he's not got a ticket to get into the festival, so he ends up sort of like jumping fence, and then he gets kicked out like 6 times, and then he ends up jumping into a wheelie bin and getting wheeled in as part of rubbish, and then jumps out, and then he's literally on stage with chilies just at side of him, obviously doing kung fu moves and everything, and ends up with a questionable female at the end of the festival.
Well, yeah, that is me. What about you, Smeg? What are you thinking, like Punkin Drublick for most of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Good, no,
yeah, there's Snuff, Cap Down, Zebrahead, Skins, Alkaline Trio. So I've got a few gaps. So I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Smeg, I'm just like you on this next stage as I've got it lined up here. So Jägermeister stage, I literally, well, it's technically it's Jaeger 2 that I get to see someone, but Jaeger 1, there's nobody I see all day at all.
See,
are they activists, etc.?
Yeah, with this, I originally had loads on here, and then I looked at other stage, and I was like, oh, you know what? No, I'm going to go other stage. I do like these bands. Like I like Malevolence. I saw at Download Pilot.
Well, I thought that was.
Yeah, I said, While She Sleeps in Buried Tomorrow, I'm going to see next year. So, you know, it's like a bittersweet thing. I'd love to have seen Amia, but at least I get to see them. Skindred are amazing. I saw them at Download. If there were no clashes, God, I'd have gone to see them with Newport.
Not long. I just thought
Skindred's on my list.
Thought they were awesome.
Yeah, Funeral for a Friend. I'm going to see them in February, so they're one of my favourite bands. But Trashboat, I saw Download, and we're going to see them in October, Jack. So it's one of them things. But yeah, other than that, Comeback Kid were on it band I've not seen before. But you know, I think they're on at 3. So I don't know who the class with, but
yeah, 3 o'clock. Yeah,
3 o'clock.
Was it at the same time?
Countdown and
Reaper, no.
And this is it. That speaks volumes, exactly like you just said there. You know what I mean? It's when you look at 2 different bands, even though you on paper you were kind of like, oh, I really want to catch them, but then you see who
Island.
And then you see who who they've clashed against. Then it's like it's a no-brainer, like you just said. So if the festival were a 24-hour festival and one band played after each other, you get to see everybody you want to see, but it just doesn't work that way.
We wouldn't eat, and we wouldn't be able to get food. We'd just be stuck there.
Yeah.
So the only one for Jaeger stage that I've got is Funeral for a Friend. What about you, Smeg? What bands have you got? Just Skindred.
Just Skindred on there. I mean, I am seeing them in October with Royal Republic, but at that time we do have a gap anyway. So
yeah, I think it
is. It's Skindred on the same time as State Champs. Let's have a look. I'm looking.
I'm not sure. I know
1825. That's what time State.
Mayday Parade finish, and then Skindred are basically at 6 straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a mini clash there actually, because Skints have got 15 minutes to play, and then Skindred start.
This is the first time I've heard Smeg have a kerfuffle.
Oh, I love that word. What a word.
But like if you guys want to see Skindred or whatnot, I know Brogan wants to see State Champ, so I just if I don't find her, I'll just spec that myself. It's fine.
Yeah, they're not. No, I mean,
hopefully we'll have Wi-Fi.
Like see where they just end up. Really, I think because I'd love to see Skindred again. I would, but I'm not like desperate to see him. So it'll just be one of them. See where my legs take me. Really.
I've also been wanting to stay since we started
the day by that point.
Since we started this second part of this podcast, I've realised that Bean looks like Hal, who's the Ben Stiller character in Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I watched it the other day again, and it's amazing. And I was like, it's so cool. It's not a bad thing. Oh, I don't think I'm taking Mick. Keep it for Slam Dunk, and it can be like G and Hal. You can start telling old ladies to shut up and stuff like he did.
Neutron, Dick and Dom. Well, Dom specifically.
And still is a pretty one though.
Do you know what? Do you know what's? I think, and I'm pretty certain I did tell you, Bean. To be fair, when the last obviously Slam Dunk that went to, and obviously you were on my like cover photo with Jane. One of my female friends said that she liked you because you reminded her of Fletch from McFly.
Yeah, I've been told that.
she said it was the defined jawline. She was like, "Oh, I like him," and that says like, you should see him pull the other defined jawline, but he just did.
As in Tom.
Yeah, Tom Fletch. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can't see it at all, but I've been told it a few times.
Yeah, so the reason I think is because obviously on the picture you had obviously your contact lenses in, same as I did, but she must have done a bit of Facebook stalking and looked at some of your profile pictures where you've got your glasses on, and I think it's the glasses thing.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but no, let's give him it. Let's give it where it's due, like. You know.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah. I want to dig it all, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's still been still for me.
That is not Happy Gilmore, so could have gone Tom.
Yeah, it's Hal from Happy Gilmore, man.
What did you get Gian for Jaeger stage?
Yeah, so I think I just said them.
Did you? You might have done. Yeah.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, because they were like.
I just want to make sure
like,
that I don't miss out. Obviously, getting people's thing is I don't want you to sort of sit there and then be like, "Oh, you're not asking me anymore." Then
I had enough airtime last time.
Airtime or airtime?
Either.
So
that I get you. I see what he did there.
Smeg's gonna love this next one. What stage are we at now, Smeg?
The Pumpkin Drublick.
There we go. So yeah, give us a.
Meg's not going to that.
It looks shit.
He don't like punk. He likes country and folk.
Go for it, Smeg. Which ones are you catching, and is there any of them that you've seen for the first time?
Snuff, Cap Down, Zebrahead, Skints, Alkaline Trio. And Snuff is the one I'm catching for the first time.
Sound.
It's a band I've always wanted to see, and I've never had a chance to see him. And so I was well impressed when it got announced.
Yeah, I have to say I agree. Obviously, Snuff is on my list. Zebrahead is ticked as well, and Alkaline Trio. I've seen Zebrahead once before, but
it's with the new singer.
Yeah, I've not.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah,
Like Jay.
I've not got to see Snuff, and it's the bucket list for me. Alkaline Trio. I've not seen them live yet.
They're fantastic. I caught
I love Bean's response. This is why I wanted to wait for episode.
This is it though. I've seen them like 3 or 4 times, and it's a hit and miss thing. It's like a Newfound Glory hit and miss. You've got to like I saw them with Ian. They were terrible, but it must have been the set that were like very acoustic. They didn't say this before because I wouldn't have gone. But then I saw them another time, and they played like banger after banger. So it was like, here we are, you know. Let's get on with it. It'll do it.
Acoustics afterwards when they brought that album out, and it was boring as hell. It was like,
no, but all the songs I played weren't even on the album.
I
knew 2 songs. I knew Clavicle and Radio.
Yeah.
That's it.
I saw Alkaline.
Like what day?
Yeah, I saw Alkaline Trio when they supported NoFX. When they played from
Yeah,
to Infirmary in full.
Yeah, it was such amazing. Yeah.
Gig.
That would have gone. I preferred no effects though. Bizarre.
Bean preferred no effects to that, but I would defo Trio. It was such a good night.
Trio smashed it that night.
Yeah, but I know it does shock a fair few people when I'll drop certain bands and then people will be like, "Wait, you've never seen them?" And it's just like, no. And it's obviously more recent times as kids have got older and stuff, and it's given me a little bit more time. But it's also friend circle that I'm in and stuff like that. Like, I only catch half as many bands now as a dub because of you guys. You'll be like, oh, there's a gig coming up here, and it's this, and it will like, are you free? And I'll look calendar, and I'm like, yeah, get ticket.
Like yesterday, text you. Do you want to get the hot milk? I don't know him. Is Allskin Sporting? I'm off.
Yeah, Allskin Sporting. I'm going.
Like, I wish Hot Milk were playing here. I mean, they're playing at Leeds Fest, but it's like the band I've got into this year, like proper, so good.
Good band.
But yeah, but like you say, it's yeah.
Well, it's like when I said to you, Jack, about Deaf and Guitar Pop next year.
Yeah.
So you coming to that?
It's same thing, yeah. So it's just kind of like, so then when I do get the opportunity for someone like Alkaline, like it genuinely is a bucket list. But it was same originally when Sum 41 obviously were headlining. Like I've not got to see them, so that'd have been amazing. But I've got optimism for future, future gigs, future thing. Like that's the one thing, and we touched on it on an episode before. I think it was with Felix. If you've not seen that one, go and check out Felix from Old Selves episode. The whole fact that we've all, as a world, have been in this pandemic, even bands that were completely done. I don't ever want to gig again. I'm sick of arguments with band. They've now got a new lease of life where they're like, do you know what? I've missed music. Let's just get out there and gig again. There's so many bands that are doing that now. So yeah, I'm optimistic about Sum 41. Obviously dropped out, but yeah, I'm going to see them at some point. They'll be back over.
Oh yeah, same here.
So is Alkaline Trio the only band all four of us are going to see?
It looks of it.
So far, it looks of it, yeah.
This is it. But it's like I touched on before. I was talking to my friend, and she's like going. She's like, "I'll see you at Trio," and it's really weird because I've talked for about 3 or 4 years now, and I've never met her. So it'll be sick to meet Sarah at SlamDunk if I find her. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to Alkaline Trio, because it was one of the first questions our lass asked me on the dating profile.
Oh, really?
What's your thoughts on Alkaline Trio?
Oh, that's a make or break, isn't it? If you were to, for example, if someone said they didn't like them, I'd just throw my phone in bin.
That's when Smeg instantly decided he was going to marry her.
That's a big jump.
That's true. I'm just trying to get his relationship like down aisle. He might not even want that. Who knows? She might not even want that. She might just be tolerating him. Who knows?
A lot of people tolerate me.
No, mate,
at least he's getting tolerated, Jack. At least he's getting tolerated, baby.
See what you did there.
Sorry.
Who? Smeg. Smeg. We've just done yours. Gian. What about you for Punkin Drublick?
It's just Trio, I think. Let's have a nosy.
And again, it's same situation as what we keep saying again and again. It's you might have wanted to see other people. It's just it clashes with everything else.
That's it. Yeah, like No Effects are a good band, but it's like I went on Who I've Not Seen Before, and I think Turpin's he's like Broco's biggest fan.
Yeah,
and he's like, please come with me, I buy pints. And when he said buy pints, I said yeah.
You were sold.
Yeah.
See,
I've got a bit of air envy to him because not Turpin, no. To the lead singer from Broco, because he's got a really good head of hair.
See, it's
and he's a good singer.
Tony Westwood, obviously, Dying Degree singer. He's obviously he's a massive NoFX fan, hence the reason of his band name, Dying Degree. Yeah, I'm waiting for, after this episode airs, I'm waiting for him to message and be like, I can't believe you're not seeing NoFX. And it's like, well, I've seen them before, and again, it's the clashes we're talking about. Every stage there is a clash. It's not like even the Jaeger stage, Jaeger 1, like I just don't want to see any of them. Like I'd have loved to have seen, I'm looking at it now, five bands I'd have loved to have seen, but it clashes with everything else. So Bean, what about you?
Probably just Frank and Alkaline Trio for definite, and then probably No Effects, because someone's got to go see them. Apart from, because I'll be honest, I've never even, I've heard of Don Bracco, but like, as in, I've heard of the name, and that's as much as I know.
Yeah.
No idea. Couldn't tell you even what it sound like. I've listened to about a minute, and I'm like, don't like this. It's rubbish.
Yeah,
you're very impulsive with me in that regard. Like you labour, like you will actively listen. So I was same as you with Don Ronco. It was like, all right, I've listened to it, but then the track that I heard, I'm not sold on it, and then I never went back to revisit it. But I'll be honest. Remember when you messaged me that time and you were like, "Oh, we're off to see Frank Turner," and I'd not heard of him at that point, and I did try listening to him, and I don't know if it was just the certain tracks, and then I went past them few tracks, listened to the rest, and all I listened to were Frank Turner for like a month solid, and then I was so gutted because I didn't get to see him. So when they came up with this and the time, like when the bands were announced, but the times weren't. I were half hoping, I was like, oh, I hope there's no clashes so I can catch Frank Turner because that'll be another one that I've got to see then. But
for me, like I'll probably go to Creeper for a bit, then go to Frank, and then come back for Whalen Crowd. Just because if I don't see him all, I'm not bothered just because I've seen him.
Yeah, I get you.
If you see a bit of him, yeah.
The Frank Turner, obviously, we went to see him, didn't we? Did we with Craig when we went to First Direct? Yeah, because I was gutted at the Slam Dunk before because Good Charlotte headline Jimmy Eat World, and I was gutted that I didn't see Jimmy Eat World, and I was so happy when they supported Frank.
Yeah, see, I'm happy, but I just thought they were boring, and I love them as well. But
yeah, they played a lot of slow stuff, but they played the songs that I knew, which one.
Oh yeah, but, it's not good to say them like
the ones I could sing along to.
Yeah, basically, Blade American album, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Have you heard the new one? Have you heard the latest one by Jimmy Eat World? It's really good.
Is it? I'll have to check it out.
Here's the controversial one from the conversations we have been having off air and on there. The Key Club and Marshall stage. Yeah, Bean's reaction says it all. It's just
it all depends though, doesn't it? Whoever this secret act is, if it's like Bad Boy Chiller Crew, I'm running all the way.
Yeah. So for me,
it won't be, but yeah.
For me, it's the bands that I've got down for Key Club, which again, in some of these situations, the stage Key Club, as it's written down and stuff, it's actually a tent, and there's 2 stages within that tent. So you kind of backwards and forwards, but you're just in one small space. But for me, the ones I'm seeing are Dollskin, A, and Wargasm.
Sound.
I'll say after that then.
What Bino said?
Bino, no effects. So I think I'll probably know a few that's going to no effects. So I'll probably just stay there and then just catch you guys after. And, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but let's obviously not forget for me that obviously I do have that clash where I ask to choose on the day between Wargasm or Zebrahead.
Zebrahead, mate. Every day.
What about neither? Come see We the In Crowd.
Oh yeah, that's them, isn't it?
And this is the whole reason why we constantly touch on this in this episode, that we're going to review it in a second episode, because things don't go to plan. And when at the best of times, I'm easily influenced by these 3. So if I've had a drink as well, and then they're just sort of like, well, do you know what? We'll just make sure we catch them when they're in Leeds or whatever. But come and watch this in the meantime.
It's going to laugh on it, so.
Yeah. We could do all this and fall asleep at 2 o'clock on that hill for about 6 hours. Nightmare, wouldn't it? Did you enjoy Slam Dunk? I feel very refreshed.
Yeah, I planned for it for 2 years, and then I had my steak and gravy pie and fell asleep.
Yorkshire pudding wrap, yeah.
I'm going on about now. But yeah, jumping back into the Key Club one.
I've just thought you look like. Sorry, just got really distracted.
Go on.
You look less than Jake now at air because you just did it.
Roger. Told Roger.
Do it air. Oh God.
You know, I think he looks like the Road Dog Jesse James.
Yeah. It's an adjustment period. Like when I went to bed last night, my word, it was all fighting with myself all night, trying to get it in a way where I can actually put my head on pillow properly. So it's an adjustment period.
I'll have to dye my hair for Slam Dunk.
Yeah, Ian's going as Ian Foden.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're gonna call him Foden Roden.
Could do my hair.
Bean, what did you have anyone for Key Club?
Wait a minute. I did have someone actually.
We're all collectively laughing because we're aware of the fact that he didn't necessarily have anyone really picked out for it.
No, it's just a bit of secret band, doesn't it? It's
No, that's the thing. It depends on who's special guest, because if it's someone like super cheesy, I don't really care who else is on. If it's someone really cheesy and just fun, I'll happily go see them and have a bogey. And then I just can't see the headliner being anyone that I'm not bothered about. But if it is, then whatever. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I say, it's all about just having a fun day and just catching up and just having a pack.
We like obviously the last one that we went to when Busted were there. Like we all fangirled out completely, and it weren't even it was probably what were it the first hour and a half that we were actually there, and then they appeared.
Because Bean found them glasses.
Yeah, so we weren't even out like half cut, like we were sober.
Oh.
There they are. We literally had the videos that I keep looking back on my phone. You could see it on his face. We're having so much fun, and it's a band that we wouldn't have necessarily expected. There were rumors, don't get me wrong, but and again, that for me, something like that I'd not seen them live before, and it was obviously the original lineup as well, which people had said that you'd have never have got again, kind of thing. But they were, Charlie were there.
A fun story, Jack. So you know, I told like in last podcast I did. I should give a shout out to my mate Aaron because he didn't come to download.
Yeah.
Well, he's currently on tour. He's currently on doing sound and stuff on tour, and he's with Matt from Busted.
No way.
And Matt's the big Creeper fan, so I'm like, I've got a spare ticket for December. Who does he want to come with me? Can you imagine just me and Matt going to see Creeper?
Yeah, we are like, because we keep touching on the special, the special guests and the surprise acts and stuff like that. But it'll be interesting to see. And Bean, did you say it's Sunday that they announce?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Sunday's the main, the headliner.
So that being said, we will have to apologise because this episode obviously has been recorded. Literally, it's Wednesday now, so. And the episode's planning on getting put out from Monday. So it will be missing from this episode, so you'll have to excuse us. Is there anybody from comments that you've read that you think it could, that there could be, based on the comments that we've made?
Net Deep's a good shout, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, they're a UK, from Wales, aren't they? UK band, and a lot of American bands aren't going to fly out and stuff, so it makes sense for a UK band to do it.
I think it could be Neck Deep.
Bean, will you just put your glasses on a second? So you remind me of I don't know if you two will remember this. It's an old Mega Drive and Super Nintendo game. Can you remember Zombies Ate My Neighbours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is red, spiky blonde? Because he's wearing the 3D glasses and they look a bit like that.
I know exactly who you mean.
Yeah, if they were slightly pixelated and stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I have some sun so I can wear them. All right, for free.
What's his last stage? That's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've got a couple of bands on that stage I wouldn't mind seeing. This Key Club one.
Right, okay.
Pops of Chili Town.
Yeah.
And Sponge.
Get Smeg leaving Punky Public stage.
What? Did you say?
He said
Pops of Chili Town are really good.
Yeah.
I've never got a clue they are, but they sound quite cool.
And you said Sponge as well, didn't you, Smeg?
Yeah.
Sponge are cool, anyway. Old school.
Yeah. One of my friend Laura keeps going about Holding Absence. I've heard them. They're all right.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
But the Clash with trio or something, so it's a no.
So we just had to bridge off again just due to technical stuff. Yeah, Smeg, obviously you're veering away from your home stage and planning on going to another stage. But for me, the big looking at all these times and stuff, the big question for me is when am I going to eat?
Breakfast.
I didn't think of that.
Because these are these things that we talk about that come up during a festival, isn't it? Where you might just randomly change your mind and see someone who you'd not even said you were going to see. The same way that you might plan on seeing a band and then you think, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm starving. I just want some actual food. So I'm not even going to, I can hear them from here and I'm going to stand and have my food.
Yeah.
And then the other avenue that we've not entertained, the toilets.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what?
When it comes.
As long as it's better than the last day of download pilot, I will be happy. Because my God.
Thing is, that's one good thing in it. There's only 1 day's worth. And
yes. So I remember in the last podcast, I referred to it as a gippy poo. Because you were sat there and they were just, it were everywhere. It wasn't mine. But I had to like kind of, pretend I were like
everywhere.
And I was sat trying to smell my aftershave, which I hadn't sprayed, which were a massive letdown. And I'm sat there thinking this is the worst day ever. But obviously it's just 1 day and they'll be okay. So get everything out earlier and then just wee.
One thing I was going to ask actually, whose band are the most gutted about that's dropped out that should have been?
Oh, okay.
Good question.
Well, can we only have one?
No, one main one, but I'll let you have a little side piece because you actually like a side piece, you know.
4-piece chicken and chips.
20 chicken nuggets, mate.
Mine is probably Sum 41.
Yeah.
And Vandals.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Just because I've not seen either of them.
Yeah. Mine would be Vandal because I've never seen them before. I've seen Sum 41, they're really good. But the other band were 4 years strong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, I forgot they pulled out as well.
Yeah, they were one of the first ones to pull out, weren't they?
Oh, no, in fact, no, tell I Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah.
That's our Lasses gutted moment. She wanted to see them.
Absolutely amazing. They're so good.
If I were allowed a third one, being which I know you won't give us a third one.
Go on.
It would be the three that's just been said there because I'd forgot about 4 years strong as well. I'm still. Don't get me wrong. I'm still happy. But what about you? What about you, Bean?
Vandals are a band though. Smeg will agree. Sorry to interrupt, but they don't come around often. So was so. It's like Sum 41 are similar. You know what I mean? It's like the other bands will play 1 or 2 years in Leeds or Manchester, so you're all right. But Vandals,
I know.
I wanted to sing along to I know they did a cover of. I want to say "Don't Stop Me Now." Might be wrong. Yes. And I want to sing along to "My Girlfriend's Dead" because that's true. And I wanted to sing along to an idea for a movie.
Aggressive in line.
Yeah, you know exactly what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm glad someone else knows that game.
I still got it.
Yeah, I did a Tara song as well. I think it was called like Song 13 or something.
Yes.
And Real Big Fish.
Yeah, they were on it. What an album that was.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, Quizmaster. Let's go back to Bean. What was what's yours?
For me, probably Sum 41 and Me First Think Gimme Gimme's just because probably number one, Me First Think Gimme Gimme's because I just think they'd just be awesome for just to dance about and just to
dance about, jump about, and get
I think it'd just be fun.
A silliness release.
Because you know what works with the song anyway, because the cover's in it, Bean. That's what it is.
That's the thing. It's just everyone knows every single song, even if you've never heard of them in your life before. You know you're gonna know the songs, and that's the thing for me. And then probably Sum 41 because Sum 41 in it, and they don't seem to tour that often over there as well. So I think that's why I wanted to catch them. And then probably just like Real Big Fish, really, just for the fact that
it's a fun band.
Seen them so many times, but they're just a fun band to see out there. But definitely those two, Sum 41.
Lost count on how many times I've seen Real Big Fish.
Yeah, same. Every time I go see Real Big Fish, I see you, Smeg. and Less Than Jake are always there as well.
Yeah, Less Than Jake, Zebrahead, Real Big Fish. We've seen them loads, haven't we?
Goldfinger at fourth one out there. They're all together.
Yeah.
Unison.
Suburban Legends too.
Can another band support? No. But last saw Sum 41 on it time. I've seen them before. It was the album. I don't know what it's called. It's Derek and he's like holding his shirt down and looking down. It was the one with Walking Disaster on it. It's like a black and purple album.
Which one you mean?
On the Class Hero with that album.
Yeah.
Probably the last one they did that were decent, really.
Yeah, the change. Yeah.
The new
That would have been big.
I got vinyl's not too bad. That
Yeah, it's good, that one you've got.
Oh, Smeg's curious.
Oh,
well, we're going to do it this way.
Oh.
Round one, fight!
so
mine are all in the living room.
I currently bought
Vinyl
Creepers
death
one,
match.
but I got it sent 3 times.
Yeah.
finals as well, Gian. Not just it.
They've got different pictures on there. Look, like, ooh.
Yeah, because you touched on it, didn't you, in previous episode, that when there is different designs, you kind of have to have each of the designs. It doesn't matter if you've got the vinyl 6 times.
Doesn't matter if it costs £900, does it? It does, but
My turn. Back in a set.
yeah, here we go. That's nice.
That's nice.
Ooh, we like that.
And it cost me 5 that. Baggy.
That is nice, to be fair.
Anyway, I'll stop showing the collection.
Yeah. I just thought I'd join in. Sorry.
Which is that the most then, Gian, that you've got of one band for one album? 3, or is it?
Yeah, but the reason is it were an error on Roadrunner part, and they sorted it out. I ordered the bundle and they sent me the same one twice, so I've got the same one twice.
Yeah.
There's a one with a woman and another one, and they said it's my. They put something like a really fun message, Jim. They're like, it's my fault. Just keep other one. Either give it to a mate, or if you've got no mates, throw it out your window. Like Roadrunner got a banter. It was ace. But yeah, I don't think I've got
that side of it, Jim. Right, nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's a nice colour.
That's sweet.
Where's he gone?
That jacket's turned into a vinyl fest.
I know.
Nice
With Gian Spin, it was hijacked.
And then
Spin Stew loves it.
We've got another.
This is the latest Jimmy Eat World one.
Oh, I don't know which one you mean.
That's nice.
The other nice vinyl I got is the AFI one, which is like a weird.
Sweet.
Oh, I like the grayscale on AFI.
Yeah, the bodies one. Sorry, that's me done now. Anyway, I'll come back to the top. Sorry about that. I got really carried. I could have gone on for nights and nights.
This is probably my favourite.
Yes.
It's got a shitload of songs. It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
They're away now. I've got a lot of them.
Just for clarity, that obviously that will Frank Turner, not Rick Astley, like Gian said.
Sorry.
Never gonna turn around. Sorry, I'll stop that right now.
You remember that time Ben Stiller sang Rick Astley?
That's the 10% coming out. Oh, do you know what? Just literally having you 3 together, it's kind of. I'm already excited anyway for SlamDunk Festival. Like I've needed this, just like everybody else has. But just having you together, I'm super excited for the day. Obviously, we've added to it. Obviously, originally we were all discussing going for breakfast, and then obviously I'd mentioned it to Smeg and his missus as well, so they're going to join us as well. Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome day from start to finish, and as always, we'll try and stay at Key Club as long as it's gonna. What I remember going to Key Club straight after the festival, it was packed.
No, it wasn't actually. When we went, well, what it? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was that bad. If I remember right. Let's be honest, Jack. You can't really remember that much, can you? Really?
It was absolutely packed. Like, and there were, because as we know, people who go there quite often, you kind of see the same sort of faces. It were like there were so many people that you could tell had just been to the festival for that day and had not been to Key Club before. They weren't from area. The reason I was saying it were packed is because obviously I smoke, so when I were going out and you guys were going to the bar, I'd go out for a cig, and it would get in, like try to get through the queue to get back in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
so I constantly saw the.
I think because we left earlier, we were okay, but after that, nightmare. Because if you remember, Brian, he messaged me She was like, "Where are you, people? Like, we're coming to get you." Like I was like winning Big Brother or something.
Yeah.
And, literally, I don't remember anything. I remember just dancing with you guys, and then them running in and just jumping on me with like a pile on it, whatever, and a crack. And it were like, "Oh, you alright, guys?" And like they were like, "Oh, we're really drunk." We're like, "Yeah, we everybody is."
Yeah, I can't remember. To be honest, people, but I can remember walking in, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Well, because it was 2 years ago, I can't remember anything.
Yeah, that's it. Not wrong, just because it's time.
Yeah, I'm going to say that there's that side of it as well, because obviously at that point, I think I might have met Bryony once before at that point. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like now we're all going out collectively as a group of friends that's got like...
Yeah, we met around then.
Yeah, it's like we've got now a friendship base of at least like 3 years all together. We all know each other, we've all talked for that long, we've been to previous stuff together. So I think it increases the sort of like the day that you have with that.
It's like if I go out to Leeds, I've got to message Bryony, otherwise she'll hurt me.
It's I suppose like,
is that physically or mentally? Not emotionally.
Both. All three.
I think it's one of them. The best way I describe it is kind of like we've reached that point now in a friendship circle where you can have comfortable silences and there's no awkwardness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't feel the need you have to talk. Like you can just stand next to each other and just be silent. Like that's how content we all are around each other.
There's no like filling, is there, of like conversation or
like you know, you got to fill gaps and stuff. It's like no, we just want to not talk and just stand next to each other, have all his arms draped around each other, but not say a word. That's cool because
that's it.
That's also alcohol.
This is very
true. I don't want to touch any of these. No, I'm so excited for this day though, just for the fact that it's been 2 years coming anyway, and I'd look forward to it anyway. But the fact that there's people going away and seen for like months and months. So I know who's going, I can't wait to catch up with like Rob. You know Rob, I used to work with at Zavi.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna call it. Like, yeah, you obviously work there as well, do you? Like, for like 3-4 years or something, but I've always kept in touch with them, so I just can't wait to see him in person and just have a catch up and what have you. And like Kamo went seen for ages, we're gonna have a catch up with her and stuff. I just can't wait to just see folk, mate. It's just gonna be a good day.
I think it's same as what I said when we've been out to, you know, local gigs and stuff like that since the pandemic and stuff. Like I think it's going to be overwhelming for a lot of people to not, you know what I mean, you've not been and stuff, and now all of a sudden you're seeing friends you've not seen for ages. I think it's probably going to be one of the most impactful like festival experiences that any of us have gone through.
Just promoting Pepsi Cola, sorry.
Like for me, like I've held off. Like this is literally going to be my first like proper thing I've done like at all. Like obviously I was supposed to come to emo disco, didn't come because of just how I was feeling at that time, and just from family and this, that, and other. So I just can't wait.
You must have so much money saved up for this.
I just can't wait. Like obviously, I still want to be as sensible as I can be, because obviously I've still got the same things still going on at home or whatever. But like for me, like I just can't wait just to have a good day, just see faces. Do you know what I mean? Like I just can't wait. Me, I'm buzzing. Very excited.
I knew full well doing this episode that it kind of like it's a really good thing.
It gets people excited, doesn't it?
That's what I was going to lead on to. It's like now I'm buzzing, but it's like it's not close enough.
I think I could stand at Key Club stage all day and still be happy as Larry, as long as I get people who I ain't seen for ages. Like I just don't care really. I say like I like the bands that's on, but I'm not like, oh, I must see them. I'm so desperate. Like I just can't wait just for a good day and have some drinks and just see faces.
Exactly. And you're not allowed to get mad if people talk to me this time. They're just friends.
People will be talking.
Like how he didn't agree.
No, I'll try my best. But let's not forget, he might have his Ned Flanders tash grown by then, so people might have their own comments.
SpongeBob and go like that.
Oh, are you wearing them tight jeans again? Because they were trick.
quite tight, to be fair.
No, I meant for SlamDunk. You know, the world's tightest jeans.
I ain't got any more. I don't think they'll be tight anymore, but these are quite tight that I've got on, so I might wear these.
Nowadays,
Unreal.
it took him 2 hours to get to the toilet because he had to roll them down.
No,
Wait,
it's
ticket,
like
boys.
because we all talk like the few days after about we're feeling, oh, I'm really fragile, or you know, being up, kind of like, oh, I feel like shit, and I've got to go to work tomorrow or whatever. And it would for me when we talked after the last slam dunk, the thing that cracked me up most was when Bean were describing the moment he did get home after the all dayer and the key club. The moment he got home, trying to take his jeans off.
Yeah,
He had to peel them off.
Don't me strip off.
Oh, it's because
Can you just pull this, please? I know it's about 3:30 in the morning, but can you please help me get out of these jeans? Because it was stretching me out. It like sobered me up instantly because I was just like stressed.
oh, anybody
remember-
that
Can you remember, Jack? Sorry to interrupt.
no, you can't.
Speaking obviously of Bean coming home and that. Do you remember when we went to Key Club after Slam Dunk and I asked him, I paid a $5 for him to hang my kimono up.
Yeah.
And they were like, what's this shit? I was like, excuse me.
It's the best thing
They
you've
were
ever
like-
touched in your life. That's what it is.
They're like, here's a $5, give him a ticket and I will come back for that. They were like, so I'll put it in bin. It's a good job. It's my favourite pub.
I'm gonna be so happy to see that kimono again.
Mate,
I actually
don't put it on now.
Do it.
Go on.
Give
Go
him a
on.
teaser.
Spoiler. What's the word? Yeah, just do it. That's just it.
This is
Like Rocky 5 all over again.
How did he change the name on this, by the way?
This is one of the clips, by the way. This has got to be one of the clips.
Oh, right, yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, this can be a clip.
Oh, rename. There we go. It's a bit late now. I know it's about 2 hours.
Do you know what, mate? I wouldn't even worry about it because it doesn't display your name on the actual recording.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Just don't
And they
spoil.
said,
Oh, give us a twirl, G.
No.
Adam.
There we go.
It's not gonna- Is it, Adam?
I feel like I'm part of the plan now.
Look
Oh,
at that,
that's still as awful as it.
Tail feather.
Bean. Oh, did you hear Bean's response then, Gian?
What?
He were like, he's laughing. He was like, you can see pained look on his face. He's like, oh, it's still as awful as I remember.
So I can see Slam Dunk being a great time when he gets mad when he sees it.
I told you it's all jealousy. Don't worry.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Literally, like this episode, obviously, we needed to, like, you know, kind of get the informative stuff out to anybody that's not been to festivals and stuff before. And I think well, obviously when we post this, we're planning on like sending link through to Slam Dunk group and stuff like that on Monday, because obviously you can promote stuff. So all those people that are attending with us, the thousands, they'll be able to watch this, and everybody will be in the same mood, like watching this episode.
A lot of people as well are going on their own. There's a lot of things on the chat about who's going, can we meet up?
I've seen
Well, they've got
that.
to think, and that's it. And the headset, the mindset's not going to be like, you know, I know COVID's massive and it's horrible, but it's like people are now getting out there and stuff. Just it's time to. When I say it's time to enjoy it, it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, but like the going in, if it's anything like download, like I told you before, it's literally a body search. You do the tests, show that you're in. And they're not even like doing all the wristbands and stuff, so there's even less contact with that as well. There's a lot of contact when you're in the gig, don't get me wrong, but I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody. It's going to be so much fun.
Nah,
It's going to be fantastic.
I can't wait.
Can't bloody wait.
I can't wait to see Meg's face when it gets taken away from the Pumpkin Drublick. You're going to be pulling grass.
Like, no, I can't do it.
Like, Smeg, did you roll down grass? No, I got dragged away.
Right, cover.
Not that bad. I like Scar too.
Nah, you are, to be fair. Guys,
Can't wait for it just to hear me.
it's again, I know I've said it a few times now. It's been awesome that he's joined me for this. Well, like we've said, it's made us super excited, ready for the day. We're already excited anyway, but it's kind of moved us into overdrive a little bit now. It's going to be amazing from start to finish.
Is it actually? I forgot. Obviously, there's loads of us going, but all the Aquaflat, I call them the Aquaflat I told you about last time.
Yeah.
They're all Flammy, so when we see them, there's going to be about like 20, 30 of us.
And that's when, obviously, we don't include people, individuals that we know that are with the friends of friends as well. So it's the one beauty of SlamDunk Festival that you end up interacting with often up to 100 people who you've never really met before. But it's just a great day. And obviously, the main premise behind Chris and me starting this channel content, to try and encourage people to, talk to the current friends, talk to the family, help improve the mental state and stuff. It's also bridging that gap and giving people an outlet. Like, people have spent far too long in lockdowns and such, just literally go to work, coming home, and that's it. And they just see the same faces, the same walls, and creating new friendships and new relationships just solely through your love of music. That's
if people want to come find us there, amazing. We're hip, we're a bit of all right. You know what I mean? Just have a laugh with us.
James got his own trumpet right up his.
Like I said at the beginning, shots on Jax.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the early Karkies. Remember when he did a Sambuca?
No, let's not. But yeah, no, in closing, thank you for taking time out. I know obviously Bean's been on babysitting duties today. Part of him's probably been looking forward to this part more than out because it's given him a chance to peel away from babysitting for a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Gian's been working, so's Smeg. I won nights last night. Super excited for this time next month, obviously after the festival, because I start my degree, my first year, my mental health nursing degree. There's going to be plenty of content coming up with that because I'm going to be giving back a long way to other students by giving them kind of breakdowns of how things are going, the progress.
Are you going to be like living in? Are you going to be moving or staying at home?
No.
Staying at home.
Yeah, staying at home. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. So yeah, staying at home. Obviously, my first placement is supposed to start from October, but I'll get more information about that. Yeah. Gian throwing me off like he always does.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, classic. Yeah. Smeg, anything you want to add on top of me obviously passing thanks back to these two absolute legend at the bottom of the screens?
Apart from check out the store. Keep checking it out.
That's it. It's funny that you just given that reminder actually. Obviously everybody that's already checking out the content on channel and stuff, just tag your friends in it and stuff and kind of get used to doing that. And any post that we do and you think they might like it, just tag them in if they're not already following us, because we're going to be running very shortly. We're going to be running a competition where we'll be posting some shots of some new merchandise. That new merchandise, the competition will be whereas we ask you to tag 10 friends, like the post, make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube channel. And then that person is automatically entered into a draw to win some free merchandise. Yeah, so if we can just collectively get everybody, obviously, in that sort of like premise of behaviour where they're just used to doing that and stuff, it'll just make it easier.
Yeah, man.
It's been awesome. Like,
can you say it's all about the merchandise, please?
It's all about the merchandise.
Thank you, Sean. Mike.
Hands off the merchandise.
About spats.
Whatever.
Yeah. Thank you too. Like honestly, thank you again.
No, again,
brilliant.
I know. Like I've tried to make jokes and stuff, but no, thanks so much again for having me on. It's been ace, and it's just been fun, and obviously, I've had a great time. It's nice to have like more people in it as well. You'll know what I mean, though, Jack. It was like cool that we had our chat. Yeah. But it's nice to interact with others. And I'm just excited to see everybody at SlamDunk.
Tight.
I am super excited for the day, but I'm even more excited now already about
Yeah. This is like
the part 2 that's going to be coming up the next episode, and seeing how we actually got on day to
It's
see
just
if things went to
plan.
plan.
At the day, that's something thing. It's going to be so.
And see if I actually left Punk in Drublic.
Yeah. No. What'll happen is we'll all be here, and you'll just still at Temple Newsam.
Right. I'll close this episode off. Those people that's been listening in, thank you for listening in. As always, follow, like, share, subscribe. Also check out our 2 guests that we've had today on social media. You've got G and Spins 2. There's underscore in between both of those. But you've also got Crafty Lad. Check him out. Check out the clips when they'll be coming out of at weekend. The episode is aiming to be out from Monday. And we will be obviously doing a follow-up episode about a week after Slam Dunk, see how we've got on. So be sure to check that out. And just in closing, a mental health message just to everybody out there. Just have conversations with your friends and family. Just check in on them, see if they're all right, if they need anything. Those people that don't feel they've got a support network around them, there's literally been advertisements coming up throughout this for Samaritans, Mind, Charity, Shout. It's a brilliant tech service. It's all confidential. You deal with some amazing call handlers that are well trained in all sorts of conversations. So yeah, don't suffer in silence. There is people around, and just speak up, and everybody's here to get people through whatever they're currently going through. There's always an outlet for someone. Just speak up, and more importantly, just be there, checking on your friends and family. That's the one thing I ask for.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. It's been brilliant. Smeg, give us closing out. Give us a slogan.
I'll live life, be kind, and give back.
Cheers, guys. It's been awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.